But so let's, yeah, go in there. Tell us who you are, where you're from, because I do know that, where you're from, and why you're in Canada now, and sort
Why
of
am I
let's
in
flow from there. And who you
Well,
are, where you're from, yeah.
yeah, like I mean, I grew up in Cape Town in a place called Mandalay, which is kind of like on the outskirts of Khayelitsha. Um, so I had a very kind of like interesting upbringing. My exposure to just like the environment, it wasn't there was nothing artistic. I wasn't exposed to
Mm,
anything artistic. For me, art was it was a vehicle to kind of escape. It was
yeah.
art was always something that I used as escapism as a kid, and it definitely saved me, like in many circumstances, because like art was one of the thing I could pour my energy into it and be distracted when a lot of my friends or people that I grew up with, they obviously didn't have that the same kind of dedication to something at that young age,
Mm,
so they kind of got swept up in the environment. And yeah, like I mean, there's a lot of that kind of stories where I've just seen people that I've grown up with just pass away, or just making terrible life decisions. So like um, for me, that was like the start of like having this interesting kind of view of art as well, just because of that upbringing, growing up in Mitchell's Plain, um, and seeing all these different nuances. And I mean, I was a very quiet kid as well. So, like, I was an observer and a student of life, just really trying to absorb as much as I could with my eyes, like
mm,
just taking things in.
mm.
Um, so, yeah, like, I mean, I ended up spending a lot of my time in South Africa and not really. Art was always, like I said, it was a way for me to deal with emotional content that I was feeling. And I knew that this was the only thing that I wanted to do with my life, because it's a strong inherent feeling and that I've had from a very young age, and persisted, even though like I'm the only one in my family that like chose this route. So
Yeah.
even that in itself, it's been a tough journey, just because I haven't had the guidance, or I wasn't exposed to even just the literature or the understanding of art. So a lot of what I've gauged over the years has been a lot of self-discovery and just like figuring things out for myself, and also having that observation, always at the core of who I am, and then meeting people along the way, pleasantly, just meeting people like Ree, for example, who really switched me on, like so. Um, so yeah, so I ended up moving to Canada because for love, for reasons of love, like I was dating somebody for a long time in South Africa, in Cape Town, and she was a physician, studying to be a doctor. So we've been together for a very long time, and then we decided to do something, break the mold, and just do something um, unusual. And also that generational trauma as well that like I've experienced as well. Like it was always this desire of mine, and also my wife as well, like just to do something um, bold, to
Yeah.
just kind of, I don't know, present something else. Because like even the fact that in my family we were the first to leave the country and go and just choose a different option, it was crazy. We left everything, and this was like when I met Ree. Like I mean, 2 years after meeting Ree, I ended up coming to Canada.
Wow.
Um, so it's just been a very interesting journey, because also I was just starting to discover myself when I left
Oh,
Cape,
wow.
and then I came
Yeah.
to this harsh, remote kind of part of Canada, like Saskatchewan, and still here. So it's been like 10, 11 years, and it's been an interesting journey, I have to say. Very interesting journey, just in terms of the contrast between the different cultures, etc. And um, kind of, it's been good to be removed to some degree from all of the nuances from home. Just even the political system, everything, just the way that I even perceived myself, like when I was in Cape Town, I was very insecure um,
Mm.
as an artist because I was developing at a slower rate than everyone else because, like I said, I wasn't exposed to art. Like art was just this thing that I had to do with my life. I just didn't know
Yeah.
how I was going to do it. So yeah, like I mean, so I've had interesting trajectories, but I've been my biggest thing is just to be open with life and to absorb. And it's taken me to interesting kind of degrees of growth without
Yeah.
really planning much.
Yeah. Yeah.